You know that feeling when you're trying to pick a community platform and everyone's telling you something different? One person swears by Circle, another says Kajabi does it all. Someone in a Facebook group told you Heartbeat is the future. Your business coach, well, she uses School. And your friend who runs a membership, she's like, just use WhatsApp group, it's free. And you're sitting there thinking, I just want to build a community. Why does this feel like I'm trying to decode the matrix? Here's what no one tells you. The platform you choose matters way more than people want to admit. Because a bad platform choice doesn't just make your life harder as the founder, it makes your members' experience worse. It kills engagement, it quietly sabotages retention, and it can turn something that should feel supportive and clear into something that feels chaotic and draining. I see this pattern all the time. Someone finally decides they need a community for their business. They're excited. They've got momentum. They know their people need a space to connect and get support. So they start researching platforms, and immediately they're overwhelmed because every platform says they're the best. Every review is conflicting. Every guru has a different opinion, and nobody's actually explaining what makes one platform better than another for your specific situation. So what happens? Well, one of two things. Either they freeze. They spend weeks researching, comparing features, reading reviews, and never actually make a decision. The idea, well, it just stays an idea because they're too scared to pick the wrong thing. Or they pick something fast without really thinking it through. They go with what's free or what they've heard of or what their friend uses. And 6 months later, they realize it's not working. Their members are confused. Engagement is low. The whole thing feels harder than it should. And now they're stuck because migrating a community from one platform to another, that's messy. It's time consuming. It's a nightmare. So they either stay on the wrong platform and struggle, or they start over, which means losing momentum and possibly losing members in the process. I don't want that to happen to you. So today, we're breaking down the most popular community platforms. We're talking about what they're actually good for, where they fall short, and how to know which one makes sense for your business. And yes, I'm going to tell you why I think Circle is the right choice for the most serious community builders. But I'm also going to be honest about the others, because the worst thing you can do is choose a platform that's wrong for what you're trying to build. Let's dive in.
Hi, friends. I'm Rachel Starr, former wedding planner, recovering people pleaser, and living proof that you don't have to grind yourself into dust to build something real. This episode is brought to you by the coCreator Society, the place where creative entrepreneurs stop doing business alone and finally get the support, collaboration, and momentum they've been craving. These days, I help creators, educators, and community leaders build businesses rooted in connection, not burnout. We're talking smart systems, intentional strategy, and communities that actually pour back into the people running them. Welcome to Community at Heart, the podcast where we talk sustainable memberships, offers that feel aligned, and building spaces people genuinely want to show up for. So if you're ready to trade the solo hustle for shared growth, pull up a chair, grab your coffee or sweet tea, and let's build something better together.
All right, let's talk platforms. But before we get into the actual platform breakdown, I need to say this. Choosing a platform isn't just a technical decision. It's a strategic one because the platform you choose shapes everything. It shapes the member experience. It shapes how you deliver your content and programming. It shapes retention. It shapes how sustainable your community actually is to run. And here's what I see happen all the time. People choose a platform based on what's free or what they've heard about or what their friend uses. And they don't think about whether that platform actually supports the kind of community they're trying to build. Or worse, they think all platforms are basically the same. Like it's just a place for people to post and comment, right? How different can they really be? Very different. Trust me. Let's break down the big players, and I'm going to be really honest about what each one is actually good for and where they fall short. Let's start with the ones I see people using that honestly shouldn't be used for real communities: WhatsApp and Telegram. Look, I get it. They're free. Everyone already uses them. They feel familiar. You can set up a group in 2 minutes. It seems like the easiest option. And if you're just starting out, or if you're testing ideas with a small group of people, sure, a WhatsApp group can work temporarily. But here's the truth: WhatsApp and Telegram are messaging apps, not community platforms. They're great for quick coordination, a small group chat with 5 people who already know each other, a tight mastermind, a family planning a reunion. But if you're trying to build a real community with structure, programming, onboarding, and retention, well, they're a disaster. And here's why. First, there's no organization. Everything lives in one endless thread. Someone asks a question on Monday, and by Wednesday, it's buried under 200 messages about random stuff. Good luck finding that conversation again. I've seen people try to run paid programs on WhatsApp. Heck, I've helped people get their paid programs off of WhatsApp. They're sending valuable content and resources into the group chat, and it just gets lost, buried under good morning messages and random check-ins and people asking questions that were already answered 3 days ago, but no one can find it because it's all just one long scroll. Second, notifications are relentless. People either keep them on and get completely overwhelmed by the constant pinging, or they mute the group and miss everything. There's really no in between. And when people mute the group, they disengage. They stop checking in. They stop showing up. And eventually, they forget they're even in the community. Third, there's no way to onboard new members properly. They just get added to the chat and thrown into the middle of whatever's happening. No real welcome, no guidance, no context. They show up and there are 47 people they don't know having conversations about things they don't understand. It's awkward and confusing. And fourth, you have zero, and I mean zero, control over the experience. No branding, no structure, no way to guide people through anything intentional. It's just chaos. I've seen people try to run paid communities on WhatsApp, and it never lasts because the experience doesn't feel premium. It doesn't feel intentional. It feels like a group chat that got out of hand. People are paying you money. They expect something that feels organized and valuable, and a WhatsApp group doesn't deliver that. WhatsApp and Telegram work for small, scrappy groups where everyone already knows each other, and engagement is organic. But if you're trying to build something that lasts, that retains people, that feels professional, you'll outgrow them in about 2 weeks. Next up, Slack and Discord. These are better than WhatsApp, but they have their own problems. Slack and Discord were both built for teams, not communities. Slack is for workplace collaboration. Discord is for gamers. And while people have tried to adapt them for community use, they're not designed for it. And here's what happens. Channels multiply like rabbits. Someone creates a channel for every possible topic. Suddenly you have 47 channels and nobody knows where to post anything. Is this a question for general or for ask anything or strategy talk or for random? And when nobody knows where things go, conversations fragment. The same question gets asked in 3 different channels. Important stuff gets lost. And the whole thing, well, it feels disorganized. Conversations also move so fast that if you're not online in real time, you've missed everything. And the member experience, it's exhausting. I've been in Slack and Discord communities where I log in and see 200 unread messages across 15 channels and immediately close the app because it's too overwhelming to even try to catch up. And here's the thing. When people feel overwhelmed, they disengage. They stop showing up. They mute notifications, and eventually they stop being active members. Now, if you're running a highly engaged, real-time community where people want to be online consistently, like a gaming community or a developer group where people are collaborating in real time, Discord can absolutely work. But for most memberships or community based businesses, it's exhausting for you and for your members. Slack is slightly better for structure. You can organize things a bit more intentionally, but it's expensive once you scale. And the free version has message limits, so older conversations just disappear into the void. Imagine building a library of valuable content and then losing it because you hit Slack's free tier cap. That's not a community platform. That's a messaging tool that happens to have channels. Neither Slack nor Discord are built for retention, onboarding, or thoughtful member journeys. They're built for speed and volume. And if that's not your model, they're going to burn people out. All right, now let's talk about platforms that were actually built for communities, sort of. Facebook groups. This is probably the most common starting point, and I get why. It's free. Your audience is already on Facebook. It's familiar. You can set one up in 5 minutes. And if you're just testing the waters, if you're seeing if there's demand for community around your work, Facebook groups could be a decent starting point. But here's the thing, Facebook groups are Facebook's platform, not yours. You don't own the data. You don't control the algorithm. You don't control what people see or when they see it. And Facebook can change the rules anytime they want. I've watched group engagement tank overnight because Facebook shifted its algorithm. Posts that used to get dozens of comments suddenly get 2. People stop seeing notifications, the group goes quiet, and there's nothing you can do about it. Plus, Facebook is noisy. People are scrolling their personal feeds, seeing family photos, political arguments, ads for things they don't need, and then your group post shows up in the middle of all that. You're competing with literally everything else on the internet. There's also no real onboarding. New members join, maybe they see your welcome post, maybe they don't. There's no structured path. No way to guide people intentionally through an experience. It's just chaos again. And here's the big one. Facebook groups don't feel premium. If you're charging for access to your community, putting it inside a Facebook group sends a message that it's not that valuable. It feels like an afterthought, not the main event. Think about it. If someone pays you a $500 or $1,000 for access to your community and you send them to a Facebook group, what does that communicate? It says this is a side thing, not the core thing. Facebook groups can work as a lead gen tool or a free engagement space. I'm not saying they're useless, but if you're building a paid community or a membership, you're going to hit a ceiling fast. Now, let's talk about Patreon. Patreon is great for creators who want to monetize their audience with membership tiers. If you're a podcaster, YouTuber, or audience offering exclusive content to supporters, Patreon works amazing, but it's not really a community platform. It's a payment and membership platform with a community feature tacked on. The community side of Patreon is pretty basic. You can post updates, you can share exclusive content, people can comment, but there's no real structure, no spaces, no sophisticated member journeys. No advanced programming or event features. If your whole model is giving people exclusive content and letting them comment on it, Patreon is fine. But if you want to build a real community where people connect with each other, not just with you, it's going to feel limited pretty quickly. Patreon works best for creators with a fan-based model. People who are supporting you because they love your work and want to see more of it. But if you're building a business around community and retention, if you want people engaging with each other and getting transformation, not just consuming content, Patreon isn't the right tool. Now, let's talk about Kajabi. Kajabi markets itself as an all-in-one platform. Courses, email marketing, website, sales funnel, payments, everything. And for course creators who want everything in one place, Kajabi can be appealing. You don't have to piece together different tools. It's all there. But here's the problem. Kajabi's community features are weak. They added community as an afterthought because they realized people wanted it. but it's not where their focus is. Kajabi is a course platform first. The community side feels bolted on. It's clunky, it's not intuitive, it doesn't have the depth of features that an actual community platform has. If your business is 90% courses and 10% community, Kajabi might work. You're getting the courses and funnels you need, and the community is just a nice to have bonus space where people can ask questions. But if community is central to what you're building, if retention and engagement are the whole point, Kajabi is going to feel like you're trying to build a house with the wrong tools. I've had people come to me specifically because they started on Kajabi and the community experience was so frustrating that they wanted to migrate. They were paying a premium price for Kajabi's all-in-one features, but the one feature they actually needed, community, wasn't all that great. And here's the other thing. Kajabi is expensive. You're paying for all these features, sales funnels, email automations, website hosting. But if you're not using all of that, if you just need a solid community platform, you're overpaying for tools you don't need, while the tool you do need isn't even built well. Kajabi works if you're all in on courses and funnels and you need a basic community space on the side. But if community is your core offer, look elsewhere. Now, let's talk about Heartbeat. Heartbeat is newer, and honestly, it's beautiful. The design is clean, modern, feels premium. If aesthetics matter to you, Heartbeat is one of the best looking platforms out there. It's also really focused on real-time engagement, chat-based threads, live conversations. If your community thrives on quick back and forth, Heartbeat can work. But here's the thing, Heartbeat is still relatively new, which means it's still building out features. It doesn't have the depth of functionality that more established platforms have. And because it's so focused on real-time chat, it can feel chaotic if your members aren't online at the same time. It's almost too fast, too immediate, which can create the same overwhelming problem you get with Slack or Discord. Heartbeat works well for tight-knit, highly engaged communities where people are showing up daily and want that chat-based feel. But if your members need structure, asynchronous engagement, or a more guided experience, it might not be the robust enough just yet. I'm keeping an eye on Heartbeat. I think they're building something interesting, but right now, it's not where I'd put a serious retention-focused community. Next up, School. School's been blowing up lately. It's designed specifically for course creators and community builders who want gamification built in. Members earn points, they level up, they unlock things. It's got that game-like structure baked into the platform. And for some audiences, that works. If your members love competition and progress tracking, if they're motivated by seeing their name on a leaderboard, School can be really engaging. But here's where I see it fall short. The gamification can feel forced if your audience isn't into that vibe. Not everyone wants to earn points and compete. Some people just want a calm, supportive space to learn and connect. They don't want to feel like they're playing a game every time they log in. School also has a very specific aesthetic and structure. If that doesn't align with your brand or how you want to run your community, you're going to feel constrained very quickly. You can't really customize it beyond the built-in format. It's also still building out features. It's newer, so it doesn't have the depth of functionality that some other platforms have. And like a lot of these platforms, if you ever want to migrate your community elsewhere, it's going to be messy. School works if you're all in on the gamified model and your audience loves that energy. But it's not for everyone. And if your brand is more calm, grounded, and strategic, School might feel off. All right, it's time to talk about my favorite, Circle. And yes, of course, I'm biased. I'm a Circle certified partner. I run my own community on Circle Plus. I help people build their Circle communities every single day. But I'm going to tell you exactly why I think Circle is the best choice for the most serious community builders. Circle was built specifically for community, not teams, not gamers, not social media, community. It's designed to give you full control over the member experience while being intuitive and easy to use, both for you and your members. Here's what makes Circle different. First, the structure. Circle uses spaces, which are like organized sections of your community. You can have a space for general conversation, a space for resources, a space for each module of a course. a space for events. It keeps everything organized without being overwhelming, and members can follow the spaces they care about and mute the ones they don't. So they're not drowning in notifications about stuff that's not relevant to them. This is huge for retention because people don't feel overwhelmed. They can engage with what matters to them and ignore the rest. And that means they'll stick around. Second, the member experience is clean and intentional. When someone joins, they're not dumped into chaos. You can create a clear onboarding flow. You can guide them to the right spaces. You can make it easy for them to know where to go and what to do. You can set up welcome posts. You can automate emails. You can create a path that makes sense. So new members don't feel lost and you're not spending hours manually onboarding every single person. Third, Circle is built for retention. It has features like member profiles, direct messaging, events, live streams, and a full course platform that's about to get an upgrade. Everything you need to keep people engaged and coming back. You can host live events inside Circle. You can run challenges. You can build full courses with modules, lessons, and drip content. It's all there. And the courses in Circle aren't an afterthought. They're built well. You can drip content, you can lock lessons, you can track completion. It actually works, and Courses 2.0 will be dropping sometime in the beginning of 2026. Fourth, it scales with you. Whether you have 10 members or 10,000, Circle works. And if you upgrade to Circle Plus, you can launch your own fully branded app in the App Store and Google Play. That's what I did with coCreator Society. My members have an app on their phone with my branding, my colors, my logo. It's not Circle's app, it's mine. And that makes the whole experience feel premium and intentional. And here's the thing that's newer. Circle has added email and a website builder. So now Circle is evolving into a true all-in-one platform. You can build your entire community experience, send emails to your members, and even host your website all in one place. Now, these features are relatively new. The email tool isn't as robust as something like ConvertKit or Flowdesk. The website builder isn't a full feature as something like Squarespace or Showit, but they're building them out and they're listening to feedback. And the fact that Circle is investing in becoming an all-in-one platform tells you where they're headed. They're not trying to be Kajabi, where community is an afterthought tacked onto a course program. They're building from the foundation of community first, and then adding the other tools you need to support that. And that difference matters to people like me. Because when you're using a platform where community is the core, everything else is designed to support that. Email features are designed to engage your members. The website builder is designed to drive people into your community. It all works well together. Now, Circle isn't perfect for everyone. If you need a full sales funnel builder with complex automations and upsells and all of that, Circle isn't quite there yet, though they did just give us upsells as a gift here in January. But you might still need other tools for that. If you want the best community experience for your members, if you want a platform that's built specifically for retention and engagement, if you want something that scales and feels premium, Circle is it. And here's what I see happen when people choose Circle and build it properly. Their members actually show up because the experience is clear. It's not overwhelming. It's not chaotic. People know where to go and what to do. Retention goes up because people aren't getting lost in the noise. They're getting value. They're connecting with other members. They're engaging with the content and programming in a way that actually serves them. And the founder gets their life back because they're not trying to manage chaos. They're not glued to their phone answering the same questions over and over. They've built a system that works and they can actually lead their community instead of just trying to keep up with it. That's what a good platform makes possible. So here's what I want you to take away from today. The platform you choose isn't just a technical decision. It's a strategic one because the platform shapes the experience your members have. And the experience shapes retention, and retention shapes the sustainability of your entire community. If you're just starting out and you're not sure if community is the right move for you yet, start with something free like a Facebook group. Test the idea. See if people show up, see if engagement happens. But if you're serious about building a real community, if you're charging for access, if you want retention and long-term growth, You need a platform that's built for it. WhatsApp and Slack, well, like we talked about, they're messaging tools, not community platforms. Facebook groups are Facebook's platforms, not yours. Patreon is a payment platform with basic community tacked on. Kajabi is a course platform that added community as an afterthought. And Heartbeat is beautiful, but still building out the features I really need. School is great if you want gamification, but not for everyone. Circle, for me, is a platform built specifically for community-first businesses. And it's evolving into an all-in-one that starts with community and adds everything else you need to support it. Now, if you want to see what a properly built Circle community actually feels like, come join us inside the coCreator Society. It's where founders and CEOs have stopped building alone and started building in collaboration. We've got live events, workshops, hot seats, and a fully branded app. Head to coCreatorSociety.com to join us. The link's in the show notes. And if you're thinking about building community and want help choosing the right platform or building it properly, I work with founders and teams to build Circle communities that actually retain people. You can find me at rachelbusinesscoach.com. Choosing the right platform is one of the most important decisions you'll make. Don't rush it. Don't just go with what's free or what everyone else is using. Think about the experience you want to create. Think about retention. Think about long-term growth. And then choose accordingly. Because the right platform, built the right way, changes everything. All right, friends, that's it for today. Until next time. Bye, friends.